Hello everyone, this is Zach here. In last lecture, we talked about how to set up the table in Google Sheet properly for you and how to evaluate them by looking into different cards and how it's going to cost us. And in this lecture, we're going to continue on this topic and look into real case and real numbers. So let's start by viewing a new different tab completely. Now let's think about how a car gonna cost us in different phases. So first of all, we have the depreciation of cars, which means the car will lose its value during our ownership. And secondly, it has gas costs, or if you have a electronic car, it's gonna cost you electricity. And thirdly, it will cost you in terms of replacement of batteries if it is a hybrid car or something like that, which you know that the battery will not last you forever. And also you will need to pay for the insurance, pay for the maintenance, and you will pay for parking and etc. So let's simplify our models by looking purely into the depreciation and gas. Let's start by setting up our tables with different car names first. So you have name of this car. So let's board them, put into the center of it, and then let's put a car name. So when I was looking into cars, I'm most likely interested in those cars who has the most reliability. So most likely I will be looking into the Toyotas and Hondas and all those type of reliable cars. But I still need to compare them. So this is why I came up with this idea by comparing them using a Google Sheet or table. The car that I'm most likely is the Toyota Prius. So let's start looking into the most recent Toyota Prius. Let's say Toyota Prius 2023. And let me expand it. In the meanwhile, you do have the Toyota 2021. So you can simply copy the whole thing down by selecting the cell underneath it and click Ctrl D. And let's color them into yellow. Oh, this is 2021. Say there are different years of those cars you can select from. And let's highlight the independent variables by giving them a highlighted color. Now let's apply the edges to it, to the top. And I will be applying the lines in the middle. And I will also applying a line on the bottom. Okay. So now let's select the column number B by clicking Ctrl R, which means copy to the right. And let's look into the next variable of this car. So when we're talking about this car, we know it has a purchase price. In terms of price, I would like to color them into red just because this is something it will cost us. And let's say price. And let me apply a $sign to it and look into the price for it. So what is the best way to find out the prices for the different cars? I will recommend you go to a website called AutoTrader. So now this is a website for the AutoTrader, and let's select Toyotas by selecting Toyota right here, Toyota, and you have Prius. And let's put a zip code in here and click search. Okay. Let's say 90007 and click search. Now this is a whole listing of different praise right here, which I personally like to select the cars within, let's say 200 miles or 100 miles and the year. So if I'm looking into the 2023 Toyota, then I'll be looking to 2023. And next, we're gonna select the mileage. Say if we want something that under 55,000 miles, and let's say we don't want the cars to be in accident, so no accidents, and that's it. So this is the whole listing of cars. I'm preferring to select the cheapest car to start with. Then I would like to sort them by the lowest price. Well, this is the whole listing of these cars, and we find out, for example, the cheapest Toyota Prius 2023 up to $621. So let's put them into our table. Okay, so this is the cheapest car we can find in the market for this much of the price. And similarly, we can find a car for example, 2021 and up for a Toyota Prius car that is older than the newest one. So similarly, we can look into them by sorting them with the lowest price first. Then we can find, well, this is the cheapest car, and that's starting with 21799. Okay, let's start 21799 right here. So those will be our price for purchasing. And when we look into the car's depreciation, we'd like to look into the 5 year. Let's say if we're gonna hold and keep the car for 5 years, and as long as we know the 5 years depreciation rate, then we can calculate how much of the price loss we will have within those years. So let's say we're gonna look into the years of ownership. And let's use 5 for both of them. It's just a number, so it's a number. And years of ownership, I prefer to put them into yellow colors just because that's more of a natural constant. Okay, that's 5 years of ownership, and we're gonna look into how much it's gonna depreciate within those years. So a good way to do it is by just simply Googling it. So now I simply ask Google 5 year depreciation rate of 2023 Toyota Prius. So Google has told me that Prius will depreciate 17% after 5 years. Okay, so let's assume this is a good number, but you can find a better number if you are able to, and therefore you can get an even more better resolution for your data set. But let's just use 17% for now. Now let's say so now let's put them, work the words in here and put it up, line to the top. Okay, let's adjust it slightly. So we'll script them more and just need to expand the name row here. For the depreciation, I would like to highlight them into red just because this is depreciating after value, and that's a independent variable, so we know it's a percentage wise number, and we know this is 17%. Okay, And similarly, let's look into the 2021 Toyota Prius depreciation rate in 5 years. And similarly, we find it's 17% of the price. Okay, so let's put back 17% in here. Then now we can get an idea of how much of the value in terms of dollars within this 5 years of ownership. So let's expand that. I'm highlighting the column E, the whole entire column, and do a Control R. And let's say depreciate value. So this number is no longer a independent number, but it's a dependent number, which is this much of the value times 17%. And this is a $sign value. So that is a leg rep just because that's a dependent value, and that's the calculated result for the independent values. So I don't need to put any numbers in here, but just wait until it calculates those values for us. And in this section right here, I'm highlighting this cell by doing a Control D. So you'll copy the formula from the row below it of our row number 3 right here and give us the entire depreciation value by using this price times this much of the depreciation rate. And this way, we use the same exact format of the formula of row number 2 and copy that to row number 3. Their values are different, but their way of calculation is the same. And this is not enough.
So far, I find out that this video is about 15 minutes long already, so that I've decided to split this lecture into 3 videos. Let's take a pause here. If you like, please help to hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.